nothing over music. John, are you ready? Ron, are you ready? Jose, let's go!
Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still. Yeah, all season long we gonna keep the garden live. Let me introduce you to New York, starting 5. Listen to the podcast, like it and share it. What highlights of RJ, Broadway, Barrett. The question is, what kind of offense we gonna run, son? It doesn't matter, we got Jalen Brunson. Let him drive the lane, you know that we stopping them. Welcome to the block party, Mitchell Robinson. You need a deep shot, call Evan Fournier. Look behind the 3-point line and find him over there. And trust, there's nothing we can't handle. If things go left, we call Julius Randle. Look all the way up and see OB topping. And NY, it's good to see your IQ dropping. Hit the defender with a hezzy, he froze. Classic, vintage, D-Rose. You wanna see fans do? Tell me what the bet is. Human highlight, you gotta keep your cam on Reddish. You can't handle the beef, then why start? And make sure you tune in to catch iHeart. Put the Knicks on the New York Times with the vets and the youngins like Quentin Grimes. Run with us or run from us, it's time to pick sides before I end up waving the deuce like McBride. Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, go! Still Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still SKF, SKF, still. Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
What's going on? We are back. Let's go. Yeah, folks. Sorry. I'm hyped up, guys. Listen, I know you guys are like, yo, how is he so hyped? The Knicks lost in overtime. I ain't hyped about these Knicks. I'm hyped about these gents, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Big time win. Big time win.
Let's go. Let's go. That's right.
I'm
folks.
excited for the Knicks though, too, man.
No. Don't get me wrong.
Today's game was pretty good.
Yeah, no, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm happy with how the Knicks are playing, but you know what? When something special happens that you're not used to seeing and your team is surprising you and doing some good things out there, I got to be happy for my New York Giants. Playoff win over the Minnesota Vikings in a hostile environment in Minnesota. And now we're going to Philly. Let's go. Let's go, folks. Let's get it.
It's going to be something. It's going to be something. And it's on Saturday, too, right? It's a Saturday game?
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, Philly's stacked, though, man. Philly is stacked.
Philly is let me tell you something. The same problem that Daniel Jones is for teams, and this is the reason why the Giants had a nice little bit, not an advantage, but they had something up their sleeve. With a mobile quarterback, the defense doesn't know exactly how to play them. But now you go to Philly. Philly got the mobile quarterback. They got 2 top wide receivers. They got 2 really good reserve receivers. They got a good running game. They got a good backup running game in Scott. Oh, no. And they got a solid defense. They ain't got Minnesota's defense, folks. They got a solid defense.
Is stout. The defense is stout.
No.
Listen, man, I'm rooting for the squad. I'm rooting for the G-men, but I wouldn't put no money on that one, man.
It's tough. It's tough, man. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is SKF Weekly. I'm your man, Ron. That's my brother, John. Jose's in the background on the 1s and 2s. You know how we do it.
See us.
Yeah, there you go. So listen, man, as much as I'm happy about these New York Giants, I'm also happy about, like John said, what the Knicks have been doing. Unfortunately, the only bummer about it is these Knicks don't know how to close out games. It's just, that's what it is. We complained about their issues before, right? And, you know, they had a whole bunch of things they had to figure out. Health, rotations, what's their identity, what's this, how they play.
They figured that out.
All that stuff.
They figured that
I think
part
all
out.
that stuff is, there you go. I think all that stuff is figured out. All they got to figure out now is how to close game. How do we hold on to a lead in the 4th quarter? How do we do it? John,
right.
Do you know? You got the answer, brother.
It's gonna take time, man. I mean, this is a new team. They're sort of figuring it out as we go. You got 2 new members on the starting rotation, right? When you add Grimes and you add, Brunson. So it's gonna take them a little bit of time to really gel and figure it out, like how to close games out. And you see, IQ is also playing a major role in the 4th quarter as well. So it's really just about what that rotation looks like, and and really just figuring out how to continue to put points up and get some stops when you need them. And there were moments in that 4th quarter where I thought we had it. But again, shout out to Toronto, man. You got to give kudos to Toronto. They came out aggressive in the 4th quarter. Van Vliet, Josh Giddey, all of them were really playing well. Good basketball. Siakam playing good defense down the stretch. Gotta give it to them. They're a really strong defensive athletic team. They don't have the height, but what they do make up is with their athleticism, and going small puts us at a disadvantage because now you have Mitchell Robinson having to guard Siakam, or what's the other kid that would come in from time to time? Prince
Boucher. Oh no, Prince Precious Achua.
Precious Achua, yeah, not Prince. Precious Achua. You know what I mean? And those guys can shoot the 3. So, I thought it was a great effort. I think they played well. They even had a chance to win it at the end, so I'm not mad.
Yeah. It was. It's just, you just
it's
love
a good shot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That was a good shot. I'll take that.
But you know what? I think the problem is with a young team, you say to yourself, you know what, that they can learn from that. That was good. They're showing heart. Problem is the Knicks are not really that young of a team anymore. Like, some of these guys have played together for a couple years, and I know they got a new, with Quentin Grimes in the starting lineup, like you said, with Brunson in the starting lineup. But part of it is you start to say, Julius is here. Julius is the commanding guy. Like, at some point with Julius and RJ, who have been here, you look to them for the leadership. You look to them to say, okay, for whatever reason, every time we get to the 4th quarter, this, and this keeps happening. We know we're going to get their best shot, because teams know that we struggle in the 4th quarter to close out games. So they're going to come at us with everything they got. How do we slow this down? What can we do? How do we take smarter shots? Maybe, even though I'm cooking, all game I've been cooking, maybe instead of allowing myself to get double teamed, because I know the double team's coming, maybe I'll move the ball quicker and rely on my teammates. I know I'm the hot hand, but they know I'm the hot hand too, so they're going to get the ball out of my hand. But if I hold the ball too long, because Julius did hold the ball quite long in this 4th quarter when these double teams was coming, like little things like that, I look at it like, can we do something a little different? How can we open the game up? How many, let me see here. Goes to my narrative. Yep, that's what I thought. And I didn't even know that, but you could tell. how many shot opportunities did Quentin Grimes get throughout the game, and especially in the fourth quarter? Like, how do you move the ball to get other bodies involved and make the defense be honest? If you don't make the defense honest, they're gonna play their little trapping defense on you. Get the ball out of your hands. Guys don't have touches. They're not hot. You're like, it's just, I don't know, man. Little things like that, I just look at like, how can we do better in these fourth quarters?
And I also think, though, it was a little bit of everyone sort of playing a little selfish. Like Brunson at times will have the ball too long. RJ will not look for a pass. I think and then Robinson, all he's really stuck in is sort of in his role is a rebounder. He's a rim runner. He doesn't really do much of else, anything else. And he's not really put in a position to work off the paint either. You know what I mean? So it's not like he gets touches down there either. But also he's rebounding by himself a lot of times, so it's interesting, when they go small with IQ, that there's a sort of a lack of rebounding on the offensive side. Defensive side, I think they do well collapsing, but on the offensive side, they aren't getting many second opportunities. Grimes had a couple. But again, it's just, they have to stop relying on each individual going ISO and working that ball around like you're saying, and not specifically to Randall only, although he's done it. But I think the three stars that we have on our team, or the three individuals we expect to have the ball at the end, need to do a better job at facilitating and moving the ball. If they do that, they'll make the offense a little bit better, a little bit harder to defend. As you see in the zone, we struggle with the zone again, especially against this team that's very athletic and quick. And we struggle to hit the open 3-point shot when we have it. And so that's sort of what teams utilize against us when they're trying to get back into the game. They force us to shoot these wide open 3-pointers that we aren't knocking down. And that we got to get more consistent in. RJ, again, having a slow start, he picked it up. So you got to give him kudos for that. You got to give him props for that. But again, it really comes down to executing in the fourth quarter, executing your offense, and then, team rebounding on the defensive side. So I think they're just going to learn from this. I think they'll get better. But again, if I had to choose a player right now on this current Knicks team to be that person to shoot the last shot, I'm taking Jalen Brunson every time, especially the way he's been playing down the stretch.
Agreed. Listen, the only true knock against Brunson and taking the last shot in this game is just that time was running out and he had to kind of step into a three as opposed to getting a pass, a set three, or a closer shot, a longer two. It is what it is. I mean, he had a good look at it. It was a little strong. But at least you have the opportunity, right? You had the opportunity to win the game.
Right. And that's all you ask for at the end of a game that close. And then going into overtime, like I loved the play that got them into overtime, RJ being aggressive. I think that was super extremely important, and that was a plus for us. He took it to the basket. Should have been an and one. They didn't call it. But again, we went to overtime. We struggled from the field, silly turnovers. And again, it came down to rebounding, in that OT. Josh Giddey was just too big, too strong.
Right.
And all the rest of them, they did well.
Did you say Josh Giddey?
Is it Giddey? Not Giddey. Is it Giddey? No, bugging. What's his name? I'm saying Josh Giddey from OKC. I don't know why I'm saying Josh Giddey.
Who? I don't know which one you're talking about. Who?
Talking about
the point guard.
Nah, they're small forward.
Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes. I don't know why I'm saying Josh Giddey. Scotty Barnes is killing us.
Hey, listen
today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying because he was on one today, man. And he's not the best at shooting and field goal percentage. And guy was 9 for 13 from the free throw line, and that's actually really good for him. Yeah. This was a tough one.
He didn't have a great game, and Anunoby didn't have a great game, but he did play well down the stretch. He had some good plays, but Trent, killed us. Open shots, played good defense. Siakam, that defense was stellar, even though he fouled out. But when it counted, he was there.
I think Anunoby had 5 points through the first 4 quarters, and then he had 5 points in the overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how things happen sometimes. And yeah, and I got to get better at this because we are going audio as well. So guys, just in case you didn't know, Knicks lost to the Toronto Raptors 123. Excuse me. 123 to 121 in overtime. So as John mentioned, RJ Barrett made a really strong play. The Knicks were running out of time. It was only a few seconds left before regulation was over. The Knicks were down 2 points, and RJ drove the length of the court straight to the rim and dunked it to tie the game to go into overtime. And it was a really good play, very aggressive, as John said. But you know what? And some people might say that RJ needed to do something because the play before that, he fouled Scotty Barnes and allowed Scotty Barnes to get to the free throw line to put us in that position to be down. So RJ could have been the GOAT, the ham, the heel. You know what I mean? But he was able to make up for it, at least for that part. And honestly, if you look at what happened in the game, I don't know necessarily what happened. Did the like I said, did the Toronto Raptors defense change and they started to focus in on Julius and Jalen, or did Julius and Jalen start to go cold a little bit? But for whatever reason, the second half, I mean, RJ finished with 32 points, right? He played 49 minutes, 10 of 23 shooting, 43% from the field, 22% from three. 10 of 11 for the free throw line. Nice to see that. So he finished with 32 points. Now, Julius had moments where you thought he might go off. He was cooking at certain points, but he also struggled. He was 7 for 20. He played 42 minutes, 35% from the field, 16% from three. He was 1 of 6 only. At least he only took 6. He was 6 of 9 from the free throw line. He did have 15 rebounds and 8 assists and 21 points, right? And then without going down everybody real quick, Jalen Brunson played 43 minutes. He had 26 points, 11 for 29 from the field, 37%. Not the greatest Jalen Brunson. He was effective at times. He was 2 of 6 from three, 33%, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He missed a tough free throw down the stretch, but yeah. He had 7 rebounds, which is nice to see from the 6'1" guy. He had 2 assists and 26 points, right? But so I bring this up. Now, other guys obviously had decent contributions. Quickly had 14, Grimes had 10, and Mitchell Robinson had 11 and 8. But what I wanted to bring up is if you look at the second half scoring, RJ had 16 points in the second half. As John said, he didn't have it going early, but he got it going in the second half. He had 16 points. The next closest Nick was Jalen Brunson with 9, and Emmanuel quickly had 9. But RJ really kind of took over the second half and helped us stay close, because that's the key with this Knick team. It's the tale of two cities. It's what the starters do and then what the bench does. And you have to mention RJ, because RJ plays like Tibbs tries to have either Randall or RJ out there at all times. So RJ was playing when that bench while Jalen was getting a rest and while Randall was getting a rest. And he was big time to keep us in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you look at everything, I'm gonna say that I like the effort. I know Toronto's a tough team, and it's not a given that they can beat them. But I just feel like the Knicks really should have won this game. I just feel like when they got there, it's about timing to me. Like, because Toronto had a big lead at one point too, like 10 or 11 points at some point throughout the game. But the Knicks got their 9 or 10 points like towards the end of the game. Like it was in third quarter going into the fourth quarter. When you get that type of lead, at the end of the game, those not the closing moments, but towards the end, you got to capitalize, man. You got to drive that puppy home, man. Like, what's going on?
It comes down to shot selections. You know what I mean? Shot selection, and again, you're heavily using ISO You're playing heavy ISO basketball, right? Jalen Brunson's coming down, pick and roll, no movement. You sort of pick and pop. Guy doesn't get the ball back, and then Jalen Brunson gets closer to the basket and shoots a shot up. You know, he's shooting a good percentage, so you want him to take a bulk of his shots, but sometimes you want them to get into the flow of an offense. And you don't really see that much, especially in the fourth quarter. It really becomes heavily ISO. It's either going to be in Brunson's hands, or it's going to be in Julius's hands, or even RJ's hands, and they're sort of playing one-on-one off of a pick and roll. I wish we would have seen a little bit more of what Julius was doing with on utilizing our height, like driving to the basket and looking for Robinson, you know what I mean? Because I thought he had a mismatch that they weren't really absorbing, you know what I mean? Like they weren't taking advantage of. And really, you could have done that lob play multiple times, because ain't too many players going to get up with Robinson if he's that close to the rim, especially a Siakam, you know, who doesn't have the strength or the height to deal with them. But it seemed like, you know, everybody wanted to get theirs off. And it would have been nice to see them go back to that in the fourth quarter, even to get easy buckets. But again, this is growing pains, right? This is a team that, you know, we've just come off of a, 5-game winning streak?
Well,
was it 5 games? Was it 6?
We did. Yeah, it was 5. It was 5. Yeah,
It's 5.
it was 5.
Today would have been 6, right?
Oh, no. Now we had broke that streak, right? Because we lost to Milwaukee.
Oh, right. So we had 2.
And yeah, no, 3.
3 in a row. Okay.
We beat the Pacers, we beat the Wizards, and we beat the Pistons.
Gotcha. Yeah. So this would have been, yeah, we had a nice little run. So
yeah,
you know, this is the sort of team that would do it to you too, right? Because they play defense differently than other teams. So, and
I'm still okay with it. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm still happy with what happened, because, you know, the other thing is, it's not like you played against a good team who had all their players and you got blown out. So people will be like, well, look, now the Knicks finally play a team that's got all their guys that plays good defense and we can't hang. No, the Knicks can hang. The Knicks can hang. So I'm happy with that. It would be nice if they won.
Yeah. Especially to what Dwayne Dennis was saying, you know, give us a little bit more space against the, you know, seeing that the Heat and the Pacers all next to each other, you know what I mean? The Bulls as well, you know.
Right. And shout out to the Queen, Steph. Earlier today, I think I saw, was it earlier? Yeah, it was earlier today, on her show Dope Soul Sports Talk. That's right, Dope Soul Sports Talk. She had mentioned that the Knicks are, well, I don't know what they are now that they lost tonight to Toronto, but prior to the game, they were 9th overall in the NBA. Their record was 9th overall. Their record. Yeah. Their record was 9th overall in the NBA. And outside of maybe 1 or 2 statistical categories, the Knicks were top 10 in a lot of categories in the NBA for a team, offensive and defensive. They were in the top 10, right, outside of 2 or 3 categories. But yeah, so they've been playing really well.
They're playing good basketball. Like, there's nothing to frown upon, really. It's just really figuring out how to close games. And this team will, at some point, figure it out. I think we're going to go down the stretch of these next few games. It's going to be some tough matchups coming up. And we're really going to see what we're made of, and see if we can really close out games. I mean, it really comes down to closing out games and not getting in the beginning, you know, being able to withstand a punch and coming back with our own in order to stay close and be relevant in the fourth quarter, because really you got to be close in order to make a nap, you know, to have a shot at it at the end. So I thought they played a good game against Milwaukee, even though we lost. Today, another really good game, even though we lost. So nothing to frown upon. and Julius and Jalen have been all-stars this year. You got to give them props. They've done it all year long. They've been exactly what we wanted to see advertised here in New York.
That's a fact. That's 100%. We couldn't hope for anything better. We got a good Julius Randle, basically staying out of trouble and keeping his mind on the game, and he's been playing great.
Right.
In actuality, I know how good he played in the MVP, Most Improved Player season, should I say MIP. I actually think he's playing better this year because you have a more. It's to me, it's more pressure on him. That year, there was no pressure. The fans weren't even in the stands throughout the regular season. Of course, they got added to the playoffs, but there was no pressure. You're playing with house money. There was no expectations for that Knicks team. They weren't expected to do anything. They went on a streak and surprised everybody. I think this year, being that he had that year already happened, then he had a very poor showing as far as what he can do out there last year. So people were questioning, was that a fluke? Or is this past year was a fluke? Who knows which one was a fluke? But I think we can see that if Julius is a good player and he could put those type of numbers up. But the fact that he did it, knowing that Jalen Brunson is here, Jalen Brunson is the main ball handler. Things are kind of flowing through him. Some people say this is Jalen Brunson's team. Knowing all of that, knowing the thumbs down, knowing how some of the fans still feel about him, knowing the trade scenarios, the circling, I think Julius has been fantastic. I think he's been way better to me this year than that Most Improved season. And I think that Jalen came over and did exactly what I thought he would do. I got a lot of flack. This is not me only. Other people did it too. Going back and forth talking about what he did with Luka and what he did without Luka. And what he did without Luka was enough for me to say, okay, this guy can ball. So what he's doing now with being the primary guy and getting all those minutes, I'm not surprised at all. I'm just surprised at how clutch he is. He didn't get it to go today, but he's been very clutch for us. And think about even in this game when we were down, not down.
We
I think we were down
6. Yeah, we were down like 6, and he came up big.
He always does it, John. That's why I'm saying. That's why he's clutch. I like this guy. Yeah.
Listen, we got a nice, group of players right now. And like you said, they figured out what their rotation is going to be. There's some people who feel like we should be a little using more of our bench, but that's not going to happen with Tibbs here. And so the folks that we see playing and get minutes are the ones who are going to get minutes unless there's an injury. So expect this down the stretch of games. Expect to see this team that we see today, unless you see a move happen in February. I think this is we're locked in. This is the team that we're going to be riding with for the rest of the season. So just get used to it. 9-man rotation. Every now and then you get a sprinkle of Deuce, McBride in, but he played fairly well today as well. Gave him a little bit, gave Jalen a breather, was able to get there and be aggressive defensively. Didn't put up any shots, but got the minutes that he needed in order to give Jalen a breather, like I said, and have him fresh for the fourth quarter.
Very true. I agree with you. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, we love how you guys always supporting us and the channel. Shout out to Geraldine McIver, the first lady of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community. Let's go. Now the show is going. And happy MLK Day to everybody.
Absolutely.
It's not just a holiday that people can stay home, man. Martin Luther King meant something to people. He stood for something, and he made things a better place for all of us, whether you're a minority or not. And I think that people finally can respect a little bit more of his teachings and what he was trying to do out there. Hopefully people get a little wake-up call. Every year that this day happens, I hope that some people start to realize that we are all humans and we need to treat each other with respect. But, It's what it is. You never know. Shout out to Dripmore, the official barber of Still Knicks fans and the community. Let's go. All right. Dwayne Dennis is in the building.
Salute.
Cormega is in the building. What's good, Cormega?
Salute.
Angel Torres is here. JT Riddick is in the building. My guy JJ is here. Sherwin is here. Sherwood says, Ron, stop looking for a reason to blame Randall. You must have said that prior to me going on a whole rant about how great Randall is and how I think he's playing better this year than his most improved player season. Beat you, Sherwin. I beat you again. Let's see. Who else is in the building? We got Mark Alvarado in the building.
Yes, sir. My big bro right there.
East Blue Drew is in the building. Salute to you. I said Cormega already, I hope. I think I did. Yeah. Appreciate you, my brother. Let me see. Ashley Inc. What up, Wiz? I see you. Kaiju is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you.
Salute.
All the way from Portugal. Yes. Let's
sir.
go. Yeah, man. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Yankees fan forever is in the building. Salute to you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, but I still appreciate you. The Yankees fan forever. That's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But whatever. All right, sorry. All right, my bad.
You got one right here.
No, my bad. It's tough. It's tough.
Especially when you don't get Correa. It's a tough pill to swallow. Yeesh.
Wow.
Tough one.
That's too soon. Too soon, John. Man, that's what happens when you money bags, man. When you start throwing the money out there, you try to get everybody. Sometimes you don't get them, so it is what it is. It's cool. Yeah, man. But
they let them go.
They did have them, but I think I'm happy in the long run because I didn't want the mess to get stuck.
Stop it. No, you're not.
No, I am. Because you know what I mean. Listen,
they're better off with Correa. Scared money don't make no money. They got scared
at the trade deadline. When you see a guy on the Mets who can throw and who can hit, then we'll talk because that could happen at the trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? The Angels know who we're talking about. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Man. John, you got to bear with me, bro. I've never felt this type of feeling where we could go out and get guys. You got to bear with me, bro.
But you had him. You let him go.
No, it's okay. It's okay. If he gets hurt for Minnesota,
it's a lot of nervous energy, bro. It's a lot of nervous energy.
It's true. It's true. It's okay.
So basically, what y'all done in the offseason has gotten older. That's what.
Yes, but we've gotten older, but some might say we've gotten healthier because Verlander plays. Plays. He don't miss games like someone else that we that decided to go to Texas. DeGrom. Whatever. Anyway, all right. David L is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here. All right, guys. So let's just run through it and break it down so it can forever be broke. You guys ever seen that? You guys know where that line is from? You ever seen Love Jones? Come on, man. Lorenz Tate. Whatever. All right. All right, guys. So listen, the Knicks did have a good week. This game was a tough one, tough pill to swallow, but that's okay. They had a good week. Our last show was on Monday. They played the Bucks. We caught the L, even though that game was tough too. Guys, let me just say something real quick. Have you noticed something?
Had a shot.
Have you noticed something, John? Do you notice this kind of reminds me of that most improved season, the 4th seed season, where the Knicks won games, or if they didn't win, they lost by like 4 points or less?
Oh yeah.
Are you noticing that? This is interesting, guys, because we lost to the Bucks by 4. Just keep that in mind.
Right.
Today we lost to Toronto in OT by 2. Just watch how these games go and see if the Knicks are right there in all of these games, because that's a good sign.
Very good sign.
Yes, it is. So the Knicks played the Indiana Pacers, and in this game, I don't like this. I don't know why the NBA.com does this. They got this new look, and I don't like it. I want to see the box score. Anyway, Knicks beat the Pacers 119-113. And it's not letting me see the box score. So whatever. I'm just gonna flow with it this way. I ain't gonna go searching some other way. The game leaders.
But that was a pretty solid performance by the Knicks, right? I don't think we were ever in fear of losing in that
this
game.
one,
Like
no.
This one was a solid win from start to finish.
Yeah, this one was pretty convincing for most of the game. The Knicks were putting their foot, on the necks of Indiana throughout a lot of this game. Here we go. I found it. Nice. All right. So okay. They just got it different here. I don't know if I like it or not. All right. So in this game, like I said, Knicks won 119-113. RJ Barrett had 27 points in this game. I think this was RJ's return. Mm-hmm. Yes, I think this was RJ's return. So, and we were all kind of surprised because he played 40 minutes in his first game back. Oh boy. Oh, Tibbs. Right. Anyway, 27 points. He shot 39%, 33% from three. So it wasn't like the greatest shooting game, but he had 8 rebounds and 4 assists. So he had, a solid contribution to the game for the Knicks. Julius wasn't actually, Julius didn't play bad. He shot 41%, and then he didn't have the 3 going. He shot 2 of 7, but he finished with 14 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists. And then Jalen Brunson had 34 points, 11 of 20 from the field. So this was a good game for these guys for the most part.
Yeah, and after this game, people was sort of questioning whether Randall needs to figure out what his role is going to be with when RJ's on the court with him. Mm-hmm, and I just think they're just going to play off of each other like they have been doing. I think there's going to be nights that Julius got it going and RJ sort of takes a back seat like tonight. Well, not even like tonight. It was sort of in between the night. Today was a weird one because Jalen had it going in spots and then RJ got it going in the second half. But he didn't have it going in the first. And really Randall held us down in the first half. So I think you're going to see a lot of that. Depending on who the hot hand is, and you're going to see that individual with the ball, and I think their name or their number is going to be called in certain situations. So, I think overall they're going to figure it out. I still think Jalen Brunson is going to get the bulk of the shots, though. In my opinion, what do you think, Ron?
I think so. I think that still has to be the way, because I think what you run into is, because if you guys notice, like in the last few games, Jalen has kind of been taking a back seat to Julius, letting Julius get off and get the first quarter, and he'll get his when he gets his, and then the fourth quarter, Jalen gets his, right? But the problem with that is, like, you can do that right now because Jalen's been hot. He's had a nice streak of being hot, but what happens when, you get to that point where Jalen he doesn't have the touch? Like now, if you play that way, you're not giving Jalen the reps. He's not getting accustomed to shooting the ball and getting good feel, and you can't depend on him in the fourth quarter. Because I just think you got to still figure out a way to incorporate. Sometimes I think the Knicks rely too much on the hot hand. I think they go to the well a little too much. It's still there. It's still there. You don't got to worry about it drying up. You just got to, keep the defense honest. That's all I'm saying.
Which is why teams like a Toronto team who's athletic is able to trap, and disguise the trap too, because guys get so deep into the lane where they're sort of stuck between two defenders and having to figure out where's your outlet. You've seen that a couple of times where Jalen Brunson would, drive in deep and then can't find the shot and can't find the player. And so we're running against the shot clock. So right. I think you see a lot of that, but it really comes down to being really good ball facilitators, looking for looking for the cutting guy, the guy who's going to be cutting to the basket or, going to be moving without the ball and trying to find them, and just playing unselfishly. right now it's a lot of, like I said, it's like very ISO heavy, and certain players, that they're gonna go out and shoot that rock. And the three guys that we have aren't shy from doing that, right? They don't shy away from doing that. So that's what we're seeing right now. It's not the prettiest.
No. And I get it. It's working for the Knicks. It works with Tom Thibodeau's style. He doesn't mind it. I do know that I've seen this week a lot of fans have been talking about how the Knicks offense is boring. I've seen the last month or so, there's a lot of fans that are talking about how even though they like the way the Knicks are winning, they don't necessarily love all of the ISO ball. They like ball movement. They like seeing the ball, touch different hands, and the plays look better when you move the ball. I get it, but unfortunately, look, whatever the Knicks,
that though, like
no, they do.
Spurts.
But you know what? Who brings it out of these guys? If you notice, I'm going to give him credit, man.
Grimes.
Grimes does it.
He's always cutting to the basket. He's always receiving the ball and ready to make a move, either shoot or fake and drive to the basket, making that extra pass. And sometimes it becomes contagious because sometimes they overpass, and it's like, guys, now you're wide open. You got to shoot that. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's going to take some time to really, really get used to that sort of play. But you need that in the fourth. Because teams are just going to, zero in on the player with the ball, and they know they're not really swinging the ball around. So I guess we'll see, man. We'll see how they develops.
My God. Wow. Did heaven, what happened here? Like, I don't know. I want to come up with a really good pun that you think would never happen, and I just seen it happen in the chat.
Okay.
Sherwin just apologized, guys. He said he was wrong about something. What? What? Let's go. Sherwin said, hold on. I just had it. And I was scrolling up to see what else was going on in the chat. Sherwin said, I was wrong about Brunson. His offense makes up for his defense. Look at that.
Look at that.
There you go, Sherwin. There you go. There you go, buddy.
That's great.
I've been trying to say it. I've been trying to say it for a long time, bro. I get it. I know he doesn't play the type of defense you like, but this is the same reason why Knicks fans and the Knicks organization wanted Donovan Mitchell here. Yes, we know Donovan Mitchell doesn't play great defense, but his offense, when he's going, will light another team up and will make up for his deficiencies on defense. Yes, that was the point. But I hear you. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked, Sherwin. It's good to see. It's good to see, bro. Speaking of the chat, before we get to the next game that the Knicks were able to win this week, there was a couple other people who jumped in. Troy Flett is in the building. Troy Flett, thank you for being here and tuning into the show. Yeah. Appreciate you. Victor Rivera is in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Always good to see you. Alton Lee is here. Hey, man, what's happening? Good to see you. There was something here because I want to show the chat a little love too. We got our show. We have our plan for what we want to talk about, guys, but we want to give you guys a little love too. Cormega said the front office better get reinforcements ASAP or Tibbs is going to run squad into the ground.
Yeah.
Listen,
some minutes, man. Some minutes being played.
Yeah, they're playing. They're playing. Dwayne Dennis said when the team gets criticized in the chat, it's because we've been here, done that before. Losses at the end of a game due to poor execution down the stretch, suspect defense, and missed foul shots. Yeah.
Free throws are important.
Mm-hmm.
Free throws are important.
This is true. I saw somebody else said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it that quickly, but I read it already, that TNT or whatever, Chuck and Shaq, they were clowning the Knicks once again, as they always do. What do you think about that? I know it's always been there, but like, why do they? I don't know. Why do they keep clowning the Knicks? I know why Charles does. I don't know why Shaq does. Shaq can clown anybody he wants. Charles does it because the Knicks used to get in there, and him and Patrick Ewing both are ringless, so he loves to clown the Knicks for whatever reason.
But you know what's interesting is that the year that they were in the bubble, they gave Randall a lot of respect that year, and they gave the Knicks because we weren't expecting to be a playoff team or in contention. They give them their props. So I don't know. I just think like they know what their audience is, and they're trying to figure out how to keep people engaged. And I think it's really just a ploy for them to, use that for ratings. But sometimes it doesn't hit. They're a bit boring.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah.
Because you see they're arguing that, I don't really tune in like I used to. Like I'm sort of over the shenanigans between Shaq and Chuck. I think it's a bit corny.
You know what? Yeah, I'm bigger than that, John. I don't tune in at all. Forget them. You know what I mean? And it's not because I don't got the channel. Look.
Listen, I watch MSG more than I do TNT, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'd rather watch MSG any day, man. And it's gonna be a sad day. Let me tell you something. If Clyde Frazier hangs it up and retires, which I think might be coming sooner than we want. It's gonna be a sad day, bro. But I do like I like how MSG loves to. I mean, they have to because Clyde gets days off and Mike Breen gets days. They sprinkle in guys just to keep the Knicks fans like, look, this is a taste what you might see later. Like Alan Hahn, I think, was doing a pretty good job, doing the broadcasting. But you still need that. Like, you got to keep. I need Mike Breen at least. Like, one of these guys got to be here. Like, I need that. But
I'm with you there.
It is what it is. Yeah. So that was that game, guys, and we've been playing good basketball, so you can't be mad at it. But then we get to the next game, which was the Knicks against the Washington Wizards. And this game was another one. Now, first off, even though the Indiana game was not close, Indiana made it closer in the fourth. Right?
The fourth, yeah.
But it was still pretty much a blowout for whatever. The Wizards game, once again, the Knicks were winning this game pretty handily as well. And then in the fourth quarter, guys start raining threes. Kyle Kuzma, raining.
Got hot.
Oh my God, man. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what is happening, bro. But anyway, yeah. So they made this game closer than it needed to be. The Knicks wound up winning 112-108. It was a decent game from RJ. He finished with 17 points. Julius had 23 points and 16 rebounds. Good shooting, 42% from the field. RJ shot 53% from the field as well. They were shooting well. Right. And this is another game where Julius getting these high rebounds. The last game that I mentioned with the Pacers, he had 16. This game, he had 16 as well. Mitch had 10 rebounds. Jalen Brunson had 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, and Quickly had 18 points. So
we forgot to mention Randall's posters. He's had a couple of posters these last few games.
Yeah, Randall's been getting the poster super aggressive.
He's got that poster. Who was it on? It was against the Pacers, the first one. It's a nice one against the Pacers.
Damn it, I don't remember who it was on now.
But he's getting a few of them. He's getting a few of them this year.
He caught one in the Wizards game against Gafford, and that's a good one because Gafford is a shot blocker. He's not just their shot blocker. He's one of the better shot blockers in the league. So that's what happens. We guys all that know that story. If you're a shot blocker, you're gonna get dunked on because you try to block everything. That's what happens. He shouldn't have tried that one because not only did he get the facial, but he also caught the elbows. Like Julius comes in with it all, man. So yeah. But yeah, this was a good game, and the Knicks played once again very well until we got to the down the stretch part, and they started raining threes, and they made the game very interesting. So how you think about how the Knicks played in this one, John?
Again, it's another solid performance. Led by Jalen Brunson, and It was just one of those games that you felt like we had control over, and then in the fourth quarter, things started to dwindle out. Like you said, we need to figure out how to close out games. But I never felt threatened to the point where I thought we would lose the game. I felt comfortable thinking that down the stretch we would make plays and win the game, and we did. So I'm glad to see that we're winning games like this, because this is an opportunity to get fat, and we need those opportunities more so this year than other years, because right now we're in a tight race for sixth place, and we want to sort of stay within that area. We don't want to for downward the ladder. We don't want to start climbing backwards. We want to keep going up. So I thought it was a solid win, man.
I'm wondering, how do you guys feel about this in the chat? And then, John, what do you think about this too? Because first off, I'll start with him because we're talking about this game. What are your thoughts on Kyle Kuzma being able to see him versus the Knicks? Do you feel like he would be somebody you would like to see on the Knicks if they wanted to go get him in trade?
Yeah, I think Kyle Kuzma is a solid player. I think I've grown to like him more and more. I think early on when he was with the Lakers, I thought he was too showboaty, and I didn't, really understand why. But I think he's really figured out his game, and he brings a lot to the table. His height is an advantage. He can handle the rock, which is an advantage, and he can shoot the three. He's a good rebounder, a solid defender. I like his game overall. I think he would do well with the Knicks if he was to be on the squad. Now, for whom? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't necessarily know what the Wizards are looking for. They still have Bradley Beal. He's not going anywhere. It looks like Porzingis is going to be a part of that team for the foreseeable future. So I don't know. I would assume they want to keep a Kuzma, but later down the line, you never know. You never know, depending on if they're still keep falling out of the race.
Right. Yeah, it's true. And Kyle Kuzma had another one of those special games, and it's just interesting that he had it against the Knicks. So if you're looking at him, he does it against your team. So the front office is like, oh, okay, see, this is what we were talking about. This is what we're clamoring for right here.
Right.
I'm like, all right, guys. Yeah, Kuzma came to play. And in
I think
that
he had
game,
a good one tonight too. I think he had a good one tonight.
did he?
I think
Yeah.
I believe so.
In this game, he had 40 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. So yeah, he definitely came to play.
Right.
Porzingis was okay. He had 21 points, but he only had 4 rebounds. The 7'3" guy. Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, actually, he didn't. Take that back. He only put up 16 against Golden State.
Oh, the Warriors. Yes. Yep. So that brings us to the last game that we won right before losing to today's game against Toronto, and that is the Knicks versus the Detroit Pistons. Now, this game, if you talk about a game that was never really in question, the only bad thing that happened in this game is that the Knicks wanted to blow them out early so they could rest the starters. You could tell the Knicks came out super aggressive. It was 39-22 in the first quarter. So the Knicks wanted to kind of put a lead out there, get these guys out of here, and maybe, play the starters in the third quarter a little bit and then rest them. But typical Knick fashion.
That was on purpose too, right? That idea of doing that was on purpose because they knew they had to back to back. So
correct. Yeah. That's
sense,
what they wanted to. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It was smart. Put the pedal to the metal. Try to get them out of here so you could rest your guys, but it just didn't work out. They let Detroit get back into it.
Not enough bench offense, which is interesting because I thought played a really solid game today. I thought he gave us some, really quality minutes today, but it wasn't so for the Detroit game. Like we didn't really have much to offer other than the starters coming back and playing the bulk of the minutes.
Right. And so I'm looking at the The final score here was 117-104, right? And let's see. In this game, you had Julius Randle went off 42 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 15 for 24 from the field. He's 62% from the field, 57% from three, 4 of 7, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. I mean, that's just like God mode right there, like unconscious. RJ had a bad game for the most part, 4 of 10 shooting, 1 of 4 from three, 13 points. He didn't play that much in the fourth quarter. Tibbs said something about Detroit playing a lot of small ball, and then he just liked the different matchup. I kind of also think he wanted to rest RJ a little bit because of the back-to-back, so he can have RJ a little bit fresher.
For 50
But
minutes today.
You know what I mean? Like, geez.
He was, 49 minutes, so he was damn near
49 minutes, bro. Yeah, so Jalen Brunson finished with 27, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists in this game. IQ, 17. Listen, you hear IQ's 18, 18, 17, like consistent with what he's adding for the team. Grimes had 11 in this game, and Mitch had 4 points and 12 rebounds. So, yeah, I mean.
It was Julius. Julius had the big numbers.
Julius had the big numbers. So this game was pretty much it was a easy one, and they were able to coast through. You would like it to be one of those situations where they could have got the scenario they were looking for, but things don't always work out. But nevertheless, man, what did you think about their effort? I mean, I know you kind of touched on it a little bit, but were you happy with the fact that now? Do you think the game plan was smart to go at them so aggressively and try to get them out of here early to rest the starters maybe later?
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. Unfortunately, if it doesn't pan out, you end up with guys playing big minutes, back-to-back games. And, they're going to need some rest, but it doesn't seem like they're going to have that much time to rest because they got another one coming up. So it's going to be what it is, I guess you rest during the off season, so during the regular season you don't get the chance to do that. So we'll see, man.
Yep.
We'll see, because we got another game, Wednesday? I think is our next one.
Wednesday is our next game. Yes, I'm sure we're going to get into all of that in a little bit. Jose is going to break it down for us. Right. So stay tuned for that, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't already. On your way in, on your way out, if you got something to do, smash that like button. Show your love for Still Knicks fans and the whole gang. Let's go.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, we need it. We need it, man. So, guys, before we get to Jose and his segment when he controls the show, because technically he always controls the show. We're just lucky and happy to be here. Thank you, Jose. Appreciate you. I think we should, maybe talk about a couple of, other people that might be in the mix for the Knicks as far as trade, partners, not scenarios. I don't have any trade scenarios, just partners. Okay. Because today we did get to see another person that's been on a lot of Knicks fans, thoughts when it comes to trading. And that guy is OG Anunoby. John, what did you think about what you saw from OG Anunoby? Now, guys, hold on. Now, we all know what we like about OG Anunoby and what he is known for. He has the ability to score some points, and his defense can be really solid. Mind you, he didn't shoot that great today, and RJ Barrett, whom he was guarding at times, had 30-plus points. Just throwing that out there. Right. But whatever. Okay, John, what did you think about OG, and do you like him for the Knicks?
I just don't know where would be the need is the question, and who are we giving up? Right? I'm not giving up a starter. Definitely staying away from giving away a starter. There's someone who I would assume would be a reliable bench player, someone who comes off the bench and gives us some strong, heavy minutes, and gives someone a break, give someone like RJ a break. But I like his versatility. I like his ability to play on-ball defense. He's a strong player, so he isn't going to get bullied.
Mm-hmm.
But against faster players, he may have a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I mean, I like his game. He's not someone who you feature, so you would have to have someone else alongside him to be, um, sort of a dual punch. But if you're looking to get rid of someone, I'm assuming IQ is going to be high on the radar board for other teams, right? So either the IQ and maybe Toppin would be sort of a dual split where teams are looking to cash in on those guys. But I don't necessarily see people knocking on our door to get Cam away from us. Um, so it would have to be them. And I don't see people knocking on our door to get Fournier either. So at this point, I'm not sure who it would be for. But
Mm-hmm.
Anunoby is a solid player. I just don't know if he's solid enough to be a part of our starting squad.
Right. I can understand that. That makes sense. I still like him, but I worry about him a little bit because I talked about this the other day. Uh, some of these Toronto guys are very talented, but they seem to only really show their true talent, which you could understand it, but they only seem to really show their true talent when other guys are out. So, like when Siakam is out or Van Vliet is out, you start to see OG take over. Like he really, you know what I mean? Scotty Barnes usually plays better when those guys are out as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's the thing is like if you go to get an OG Anunoby, who do you give up? And most likely you keep a lot. You're going to keep at least two pieces of the core, right? The core is Julius and I would say Jalen at this point
Jalen. Mm-hmm.
because RJ, you never know what type of trade RJ could go. You never know. I don't think Jalen will go anywhere, and I don't think Julius is going anywhere at this point. So you figure you bring in that guy. You want to make sure that the guy you bring in, if you want them to help with the offensive load, that they're comfortable being able to play, knowing that they're the third option, or worse, maybe the fourth, but definitely might be the third. So that's just something I think that they need to think about if that's what they're looking for. I don't know what they're looking for.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think that another player that I saw mentioned, and I don't know if I don't think it's a good fit, but what do you think about him? Uh, Alex Caruso.
Nah, I'm not a fan of his. I'd rather go out and get, what's that point guard from the Pacers? There's a backup.
Oh yes,
I'd
yeah.
rather I'd rather bring him in.
Wait, the not the rookie one, the one that has been in the league that lights the Knicks up all the time, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I forget his name
What's
though.
his name? Damn, what the hell is
Was
his
it
name? McConnell.
McConnell. Yep.
Yeah. TJ McConnell, right? I think that's it.
TJ McConnell.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Yep, that's the
yeah,
one. Yeah, because he's
yeah.
feisty.
I
Someone's
like him
gonna get
too,
up
bro.
under you
Yes,
off the bench. Somebody like that.
he
That's
would
what
be
we gotta get.
perfect, John. Perfect. And you know what? That might be enough for me to make a trade with Indiana. To be honest, I'll take somebody else that I don't that I think can help. But even though, like for example, Miles Turner. Miles Turner
Mhm.
would help the Knicks, but I don't necessarily mean I want Miles Turner on the Knicks. But I'll deal with it. But if you tell me I
Right.
can get Miles Turner and T.J. McConnell,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
And you make a nice little package to go that way. Yeah, for sure.
mm-hmm. Definitely, that would be great. Um, so yeah, but that's pretty much it. Those are the guys that have been kind of rumored around. There's nothing new that I've heard outside of Caruso. That's the newest one, and I just don't like Caruso. One,
It's
he's
not
not
a
an
good fit.
offensive player, and he's always hurt, bro. He's never healthy.
Listen, if there's a team that could utilize a Caruso, would be the Lakers. You know what I mean? Because that team, he knows his role for a team like that. Like he would
Hmm.
play well with LeBron and AD, and he's done it before. He knows what he could provide. I just
Hmm.
don't think I don't think he would be good for the Knicks.
Yeah. David L's funny. He said Pascal got 4 fouls and Randall doing fadeaways. I don't know why. Yeah, man. Sometimes it don't make sense, and it's weird in this game because Randall was super aggressive in this game. So you would think he would take it right to him, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it
Yeah.
is, man. It is what it is. So guys, you know what? Let's knock out a couple of our quick segments that we do and get into Jose's time. First up is the now. In fairness, I know John had said something while we was watching the game. Oh shoot! Now I remember. Damn it! Well, it just hit me right now. We had a "What were you thinking?" John was like, "We should use that as the what were you thinking?" And I couldn't
Right.
remember. And I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna go with what happened in the last game." But now that I said it, I said we were watching the game. It must have happened on Monday night. Damn it, Ron! Why
Oh
couldn't I
yeah,
have
it was.
think
It
of,
was on Monday.
why didn't I think of that then? Well, okay, whatever.
And
Sorry, we missed that one.
Tibbs was tight. Tibbs was tight.
Now I remember.
We had to keep
Oh,
that
man.
clip all the way to Tibbs' face.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it because that Tibbs clip might be good to have. That might be a meme. We can create a meme out of that
Yeah,
Tibbs face.
that was hilarious.
All right, that I'm gonna get it now. Okay, but this "What were you thinking?" was from tonight's game. Now, when you see it, guys, it doesn't look like it's the guy that I'm targeting here, but it's him because there was another play that didn't wind up on the turnover list, but he's the culprit there too. Anyway, let's see if we can get that "What were you thinking?" going so you guys can see who we're talking about here. Yep. Look, there it is. Now I know you guys might look at that and say we're talking about RJ Barrett, but no, RJ Barrett's not the culprit here. It's Mitchell Robinson. He's inherited Nerlens Noel's Butterfingers, bro. He got him. He said, "Listen, I'm leaving. Take these. Hold on to these for me." Look at this. It wasn't the greatest pass, but Mitch could have got to it, right? But then there's another pass where Julius was making a play, threw it right into Mitch's hands. Butterfingers, bro. Nerlens Noel all over again. So the "What were you thinking?" tonight was Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, I know. I see that. I mean, he's so far deep into that post. It's like you're sort of so far away from where you need to be. And he was being fronted too, which is interesting.
And look at the pass. It's not like the pass was a bullet. It was a lob pass. Like you can get there, buddy. Look at it. Look at
But
RJ was
he's
basically
leaning.
shooting.
He's leaning so far back into his defender. It's like, dude, you don't have any, you don't have a way to extend if you're leaning back and the ball is in front of you.
Because he's not used to being an offensive weapon, man. He's just not comfortable yet. But
they don't give him enough touches. They don't give him it's funny. Like there was a game, and I think it was against the Pacers, where they tried to they went to him super early, and it was like he did a little move and got fouled, and it's like, okay, well, we're gonna see a lot of that. They didn't even go back down there for the entire game. It was like that one play. It just didn't make no sense.
It is what it is, man. It's okay. And shout out to Alton Lee. I see another player he put in there is Crowder. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Crowder might be another option. Who knows? Listen, I'm hoping for.
He hasn't picked up a basketball in how many months?
Hopefully he's not eating fatty foods, man. Just keeping in shape because I don't know what else he's doing, bro. Listen, if what I hope happens and Phoenix buys Crowder out, Knicks should definitely go knock on that veterans minimum door and bring Crowder in.
Oh yeah, for sure, sure.
But we'll see.
100%.
We'll see what happens with that. So that's the "What were you thinking?" play of the night, guys. But you know what? There's a peak performer of the night as well. Now, really, the way both these guys are been playing, Julius Randle could get this, as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's only right that we give it to the other gentleman because, the other day he was named Player of the Week. That's right, on the low. Jalen Brunson, folks. He has been getting busy. And this is what I'm saying. And shout out to Sherwin. Yes, that offensive game is legit. And you can see, I think what really showed Sherwin is the fact that him and Van Vliet were going back and forth, and Van Vliet couldn't stop Jalen Brunson either. So that's the thing. Jalen Brunson's offensive game is A1, bro. The moves, them post moves, them little quick hitches, the turns, the spins. He got it all down, bro. Jalen is a weapon down there.
Yeah, Jalen was solid. He's been solid, and he's been healthy, which is the most impressive part about his game. Being that size, being as aggressive as he is, he stays healthy. He doesn't miss a lot of games. He may have missed, 1 or 2 games and came back, played through injury at one point. You like his toughness. You like his tenacity. And he's a gamer, man. He comes in every game and wants to win, and that's what you need in a leader. And I think we got one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Shout out to Vaughn Allen in the chat. I appreciate you. I see you. Fly God the Third, aka C_Mac, is in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Always good to see you.
To everyone.
And you know what? I forgot to mention this. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend. Oh wait, hold on. One more before I get to that. Cam from the Kickback is in the building. Salute to you, bro. Thank you. He said, fellas, what up? Tough loss, but we still Knicks fans. There you go. You know it.
That's
Refs
what it
didn't help.
is.
Missed free throws didn't help. We just need a little help on the bench so stars can get more rest. We lose late due to fatigue. Facts. Thank you for that, brother.
Okay.
That is very true. But through it all, we still Knicks fans. Jay Boogie's in the building too. Jay Boogie.
Yes, sir.
He says, shout out, blessings, health, and happiness to all y'all. Happy Dr. Martin Luther King Day. What a game tonight. We took an L, but we'll turn it around and make another run. We still Knicks fans. Let's go. That's right. I forgot to mention it. Shout out to none other than the podfather himself, Nothing But Knicks, NBK's own Simeon Russell. Happy birthday, Sim. Appreciate you, my brother. Happy birthday. Yeah.
Blessings and many, many more.
Oh, exactly. Hopefully you had a great day. It would have been greater if the Knicks won, but it's okay. I know you were a Giant fan too, so you were happy about what took place yesterday. So let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I think it's time, folks. I think it's time for us to break it down like it's never been broke before by my man Jose. See if he's he's ready.
Okay, it's got an opening. This guy.
Yes. This is what you've been waiting for. Let me see those fire emojis in the chat right now. This is the moment. This is it. Who is the king of prediction?
Oh my God.
Hey, what's up, fellas? You guys miss me?
What's going on, Jose? That was straight out of the WWE, I swear.
Yes, it was. You gotta love it, dude, because Jose does this stuff, guys. And we don't know what Jose's doing. So I just he's killing me.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Manchow too in the chat, by the way. Salute.
Salute to you. Listen, guys, I think, last week I threw a curveball at you guys. It wasn't fair.
That wasn't fair, by the way.
It wasn't fair. But because of that, we're actually going to do the prediction first. And then I'm going to reveal who actually won. I'm going to flip it on you guys for today. Because I'm actually kind of depressed and sad about it. But it's okay. But, let's just get into it real quick.
All right.
So for this week, we actually only got 3 games coming up between tonight's podcast and next week's podcast. So we have 3 games. Yeah. Now I was gonna throw a curveball at you guys today, but I was like, you know what? Let me be nice. Let me be a nice guy, and I didn't want to do so much extra work today either.
Yeah. Plus, we're this is gonna be the last few games before we hit a tough, schedule. We're gonna start running into a really tough schedule. So yeah, it's better that we don't do it. Keep it simple today.
Keep it simple. Okay.
Give us a little love,
Keep it
B. Give us a little love.
Give us some
Okay.
love, yeah, man. We
I
need some.
gotcha. Well, with that being
So-
said, we only got 3 games. I'm gonna let you guys decide. Give me your predictions.
Who we going with first? Are we texting you?
Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Text me because I don't trust you guys.
All right, hold on. Let me do this. 1 second.
Let's see what we got going on. Need some good theme music over Texan Jose.
Oh, I got you guys. Hold up. You know, I got you. Actually, no, I don't want that song. Not tonight. Let me throw up some music up for you guys. All right. See, I wasn't prepared for this, so you know now we got a problem. That's. Let me go throw some vibes up in there real quick. And while we got the vibes going on, let's give it up for the chat one more time. I think we lost Ron, unless he turned off his camera. But go ahead, chat. Show us some love here tonight. Throw some fire emoji. Throw any kind of emoji. Or just say hi. You know, you can say hi to Nowhere Jose. That's me. You can say hi to these guys as well if you want. But you can say hi to me more importantly. You know, but do your thing, yeah. What's up, JJ? I see you. Oh, there we go. We got the fire emoji coming on. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Keep throwing those fire emojis.
They're digging the music.
Yeah, they are. They're vibing with us right now, you know? You know what? Keep throwing some fire emoji because hopefully that's going to bring Ron back to us. If Ron doesn't come back, you know what? I'm going to let the chat choose who's going to come.
Yeah, I want to see what the chat's thinking too.
Right. You know?
In the microonda. Hey.
Oh, there he goes. You didn't text me.
All right. Yeah, I know I didn't.
Yeah, you know, I'm just over here like, yeah.
All right. But I shouldn't show. Damn it, man. Let me see here.
What? Nah, it's okay. John already texted me his predictions. It's already locked in.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Sounds like
I didn't want
Mario.
to put it in the group chat. That's the problem. I wanted to put it in your single, but it is what it is. You see it. You know what it means.
Yeah.
There it is. It is what it is. You already got John's anyway.
Super Mario movies coming out this year. The Last of Us premiered yesterday, which I'm gonna watch right after tonight's show. I'm a video game nerd, so that's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah, I think I could bring this back right here. It's the cherry bomber, covered in bulletproof vest and armor. Oh, okay, it's my fault. Sorry.
I don't think that one rocks, man.
Nah, it's a little too fast, B.
It's way too fast.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. You guys ready? Let's see. I got 2-1 next 3 games. What else? As long as we get 16 plus games, we good. All right. So we got some good predictions. I got some fire emoji. You know, guys. I apologize to our fans. You know, I like to interact with you guys. I like when you guys throw those emojis up in there. You know, because I like graphics. You know, I don't feel like reading too much stuff. I like graphics. I like images. With that being said, here is the predictions for this week's game.
Look at that.
Guys are killing me. You guys are supposed to go against each other. You guys are supposed to be fighting and attacking each other. I should have just done a curveball.
I know, man. But it seems about right, you know. We'll get the win in Washington. That seems like a no-brainer. We need to get that win against Atlanta because that's, you know, they've been winning, right? They've been on a little run right now. They won 4 in a row. So we gotta pull them out of their pedestal, and then the comeback game. We just lost one against the Raptors, so this got to be our comeback game. So we got to get that
You know how I feel about the revenge game.
revenge games. That's right. So I think that's about where we need to be.
Well, I think it's time to reveal who won last week. And the only reason I'm using this voice is because I'm really mad about last week's results. Ladies and gentlemen, the king of predictions from last week is, or was, I don't know what the right term will be, but here we go.
T-Pain. There you go. A tie. I'll take it. It's another tie.
Hey,
Go ahead, guys. Party it up. Yeah.
oh, I could do the Tom Willis.
Yep.
Yeah. That's J-Pain. You best believe it.
Hey,
So-
and listen, if some of you guys out there don't know what the Tom Willis is, if you remember the Jeffersons, the upstairs neighbor, the Tom Willis. Come on, man. All right, whatever. Okay, go ahead.
So, I wasn't happy with this week's results. Because remember last week you guys actually text me your predictions, but then I threw that curveball. And I actually did that because I was being petty. Yeah. I was being petty. I had the curveball, the little wheel prediction thing set up, ready to go. But then when I told you guys, hey, you know what? Text me your predictions. Both of you text me the same exact predictions. Both of you predicted 4 wins back to back.
Nice.
Now, if you want to compare from last week's prediction to the actual games and compare it to your original predictions, regardless, you guys ended up with the same results. Because, yes, the Knicks won the first 3 games. They got that dub. But they lost tonight's game, or earlier today's game. So it still would have been 3-3. So you guys still would have been king of predictions. So because of that, I was upset. And guess what? Now next week, it's going to be a draw. You know what? I'm quitting my day job. Adios, gentes. Peace.
Listen, I can't help
We ain't
it.
trying
but
to
the
lose.
chemistry, John and I are on the same page right now. Look, sometimes we're not always on, but right now we are locked in, B.
Locked in, man.
You know what? I'm coming back. Hold up.
Uh-oh.
This is what we're going to do.
Oh,
Everyone
man.
in the
Here we
chat
go.
right now, and everyone who's watching this live or after, let's look at my picture real quick. No Way Jose 1022. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. I want you guys to DM me because I'm going to have you guys make the predictions for these guys. That's how petty I'm
Yikes.
being right now.
Petty.
Man, this guy.
So No Way
This-
Jose 1022 on Instagram and on Twitter. Hit your boy up, throw me a fire emoji, and let's screw up these guys' predictions.
he makes
Guess
it
what?
Hit him
tough,
up.
man.
I'm
He
out.
really
Hit
makes
him
it
up. They're going to hit him up for 3 more wins.
Guys, tough, bro. I get it. I understand. It's hard. Shout out to Jimmy Henry in the chat. Appreciate you, my brother. And shout out to Visions. I see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a little bit.
Salute.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Until next time, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. We gotta cut this guy's budget, bro. Like it's too much. It's too high tech over there.
I gotta love it.
Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys. Just trying to see if we can get this going because it might be, one of the few times we can play it. So
Okay.
Yeah, let me know, Jose. I sent you something. Let me know. Yeah, John. So, man, as usual, bro. Always a pleasure chopping it up with you. You know how I can't talk about it enough, brother. I enjoy it so much, man. It helps my day.
Yeah.
Any final
Same
words,
here,
brother?
man. Same here. I really enjoy, chopping it up with you when I can. Today was a tough one. I got up super early today with the little ones. So I was holding, I'm sure you caught me a lot today, yarning it
You
up,
good. You good.
you know.
You good. You're doing a really good
Um,
job.
yeah, man. Looking forward to the next one, man. Appreciate all of you in the chat. Much respect to all of you. Blessings and good health, man. And catch you on the next one.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And guys, looks like we will be good to go in 2 minutes. Okay, so that being said, give you the usual outro. But before we hit our usual end clip, I want to say special shout out to my guy Jay Boogie. Special shout out to my New York Giants. Once again, Jay Boogie did a little track real quick called Big Blue, representing, showing love for the New York Giants and what they got going on. And I wasn't sure we were going to be able to play it because, by the time our show came on, the Giant game would have been over. And if they lost, I don't know if we could have played it. We could have, but it would have been a little weird. But the fact that they won and we live to fight another day, it's perfect. So we'll play that for you guys on our way out of here. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you guys. One of the best in the business, man. Love you guys, man. You're always giving us mad, love, and you make the show go, man. You're the engine that drives the show. We appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for us, man. As I always like to say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Monday nights, 9 p.m., SKF Weekly, John, Ron, and Jose holding it down on the ones and twos, or on Thursday nights, 8 p.m., NBK, the NBA Report, Nothing But Knicks, with a little bit of NBA. Check us out then. And once again, on Saturdays, 11 a.m., Know the Ledge. Guys, listen, some of you guys, maybe tune into the Monday show and you got things going on Saturday and you forget. We're on Saturday as well, man, 11 a.m. Check us out. And feel free to join the panel if you'd like to. But appreciate you guys. Always fun. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure chopping it up with my guy John. Jose holding us down, always on the ones and twos in the background. You see how he gives it up. So we'll see. Just give it a couple seconds or so. See if Jose is ready, and we'll rock out with that J Boogie, and go Big Blue. Now, I did not say this before to you, John. I didn't say this, but I feel like the Giants might be able to shock the world. Just saying. I'm just saying.
I feel you. I feel you. I just ain't putting no money on it. I'm not good. I'm good. If I was a betting man, I'm not doing that. But yeah, I'm rooting for the Giants, man. I'm rooting for Big Blue. You never know. Any given Sunday, right? That's what the term is.
There you go. There you go. That's right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best, though. I'm hoping for the best. We'll see where it goes. Danny Dimes is the new Eli. Yeah, he basically grabbed Eli's whole mannerisms. He's definitely sleepy Eli.
Listen, man, but he made up for it with those legs, man, where Eli couldn't. He definitely played a really good game, and it was efficient. He was efficient.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Jimmy Henry. He said you are all the best, polite and humble. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
We try. How we looking, Jose? He's going over there.
He's going for it. Download.
Now I see what you was talking about. Fly God said that's Jay Payne. That's funny. Yeah, man, appreciate you. The RJ dunk should have been an and one. Yeah,
It should have
that's a
been. I thought so.
it should have been an and one. And you know, I forgot to say this. I saw this too, which was kind of disrespectful. Apparently, what's his face? Scotty
Scotty
Barnes.
Barnes and on Grimes.
Yeah, he pointed at Quentin Grimes and said, "You is not him," right in his face. Wow,
It's funny.
Scotty Barnes,
And
man.
they were they were fighting for position. That's all it was, right?
Yeah. It is what it is. Oh, damn. Well, if you can't do it, that's okay. I did. I was trying to get it up, and it hit me late. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jay Boogie. But you know what? The good thing is, still got 2 more shows before the Giants play again. So I'll get it out there. We'll get it on, man. We'll play it for you, brother.
What we trying to do? Download the song?
Yeah. We were trying to get it because I don't have it any other way. I only got it through the joint.
Yeah. Let me see. You have to share it out, right?
Let me see here. It's cool. It's cool. We can rock it. One of these other shows.
Is the perfect time to play it right now.
It is. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to keep you guys, man. Keep everybody out there in limbo.
No. We got to get this one. See here. We could do it. We could talk for another 5-10 minutes. We got to play this. It's Big Blue. Got to play this.
Would it be easier if I had emailed it to you, Jose? Just saying.
Let's see here.
Oh.
You need to download it. Put it in the drive.
No. I got it. I'll do it.
Place it in the drive.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. So guys, anyway, listen, what better time now than ever than to see what the chat is saying? Because sometimes, when we do our thing, we don't get a chance to see everything that's going on in the chat and comment. We do it when we can, but we're not always able to get to it. Comega says get bold to MSG ASAP. Bowl. What do you think about that, John?
I don't know. He's a bench player right now, and he's playing center. He's more active than iHeart is right now. So that's not I wouldn't be opposed to it. If that's what you're expecting him to be, right? A center that can run the floor.
Yeah, like
some threes. I just don't know if he's a Tibbs guy. That's the one. If it was any other coach, that would play young players, I would. And I don't even want to say that because Tibbs is playing young players, but I just don't know if Bobo will be that guy here with the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like that's the thing about him. Like you really don't know. But you know what? He does have that history, that long lineage. I mean, his pops was a good player. He showed flashes with
the new boat with the Sixers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hit the 3-point shots, right? He was big 3-point shooter.
He definitely I don't know. Flashes.
Tibbs doesn't really it doesn't look like they run offense for centers, right? Like even for 3-point shots, you don't get an opportunity to shoot them when you're on this team. Because iHeart, what has he shot? He's probably shot a handful of them and hasn't really shot them well. And Robinson doesn't shoot any. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I had brought him up the other day because I'm just so disappointed and upset with the play of Mo Bamba. I'm like, even Bobo goes over there.
What happened, right? That's crazy.
Man. It is what it is.
Is he even playing though, or is he not even seeing minutes? Spot minutes?
I don't even know, because when you think about it, when you got Paolo Banchero over there now, the new dude, then you still got the Wagners, France and
France
Mo,
and Mo. Mhm.
right? And then you're talking about Bo's getting minutes. And don't they have the tall dude too? That was with the Bulls. Wesley? What the hell's his name?
I don't
And
know.
I can't remember his name. The big guy. Their center. He was with the Bulls, and now Orlando has him, and he's like a double machine himself. So where's Mo Bamba? I don't know. I really don't.
Listen, I wouldn't be mad at going after Mo Bamba as a bench player. Not bad at all.
I mean, I could definitely see it. I could see it happening. Well, Jose, if you got it going, let me know. But I already put the joint in the drive. I was able to get it if you need it.
Nice. And by the way, before we go and start with this with Jay Boogie's Big Blue song, right before we head out, what were your thoughts around the way we played in yesterday's game? And what did you find most interesting about the way we played yesterday's game? Giants.
I thought it was very different from previous Giant teams with Joe Judge and the coach. Oh, yep, I think you got it. I think that came out okay. I don't know. Did it, let me know if it's not good. But I think we were very aggressive, bro. We showed that we were very aggressive. Notice how in most of the Giant games throughout the season, first half we were very subdued and kind of took it as it goes. In the second half, we tried to open up the game a lot more. In this game against Minnesota, we were aggressive from the beginning snap. So I thought that was interesting. What did you think?
My biggest takeaway is the way they use Saquon more in the passing game than in the run game. Like, he had his moments in the run game, but like during parts of that game, I felt like they should have been running the ball more with him, just to work off of the play action. And they really didn't do a lot of play action. They sort of ran a lot with Daniel Jones and called his number a lot. And so I found that interesting. I felt like they relied on his legs a little bit too much. I would have liked them to sort of mix and match Breida and Barkley in the run game. Maybe some screens, some bubble screens, some playing off of play action. I would have liked to see a little bit more versatility there. It seemed like they were going to the well way too often, and there were moments where I felt like, man, you could have cost us the game there, or God forbid an injury. And so that's what I was looking at.
Facts. That actually makes a lot of sense. But let me tell you one thing: they better figure out a way how to incorporate Danny Dimes' legs in this next game against Philly, because we're gonna see if Hurts is healthy. Hurts is gonna be running. They're gonna be running, and then they're gonna pick us apart. They got to figure it out. Shout out to Jigga Man Porto in the building. What up? It's good to see you, man. Jigga Man. Guys, if you haven't already done so, real quick, I always love to say it. Check out Jigga Man Portal, his brother Phil Portal, and my guy Hector on the Knicks Morning Brew. Also, Yankees Morning Brew. Heck does it up over there on the Degen Sports Network. Check them out, man. Great programming. Right. They get great guests. They premiered and broke Julito McCullum's album this year. First Listen was there. They just recently had Bill Pito on. Man, that channel is still growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. And also they still, why do I always forget his real name? My guy Turtle.
Yeah.
I always forget his real name. Proctor from Power. I always forget his name, man. But anyway, yeah, he was been on the show a couple times too, man. So definitely good stuff. All right, I think we're good to go. I think Jose's ready. Long overdue. Big Blue by Jay Boogie. We're gonna get out of here, guys. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Giants, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep winning and playing the way we need to play, man, to show the world that we real. Let's go.
Right. And you were talking about Jerry Ferreira, by the way.
Jerry Ferreira. There you go. That's him. Damn, I always forget his name. All right. Appreciate that, Jiggaman Porto. Yeah, we'll definitely let you know when we're ready to come back very soon. Very soon. Are we ready, Jose?
On his cue.
Yeah. What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see us? We in here. You dig? Shout out to the big blue.
Is it coming through okay? Or is it sounding broken up?
Stand up. Stand up.
We'll try that again.
I think it could be on my end, bro. It could be when I cut the video. Maybe the audio is messed up on my end. Maybe it was glitching. They don't want us to be great, Jay Boogie. I don't know if you're still in the chat, bro. They don't want us to be great, bro. Oh, my God. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. It's not going to work. Not on my end. It ain't going to work because sometimes my program that I use, it breaks up sometimes, and I gotta reset my whole system, and I don't have time to do that at the moment. I don't know any other way to do it. I don't know what that was.
You need to hype up this song right now, man. I don't know what you're doing.
Okay,
hype up the song, okay?
I think Jose got it. That's it. Jose be hitting cues. I think he got it. All right, guys.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
There you go.
What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see us? We in here. You dig? Shout out to the Big Blue Nation. Everybody that's been rocking with them Giants, stand loyal. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Somebody tell them we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got them flinching. Joe, show them the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we benching. When it comes to the swag, this year's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold sneezing. Somebody tell the Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. It's only right that I hit you with this napalm. That Deuce 6 got me feeling like I'm Saquon Barkley. I ain't talking Mr. Sir Charles. That cut back hit the hole when I'm running hard. You see the squad, we back, we in the POs. I'm at the game, so please don't call my PO. That pretty boy Gillette cut, you see my facial. That locker room, I'm dancing like Brian Dable. This the 8 around here, we call him Danny Dimes. If you ain't seeing what I'm seeing, then you Stevie Blind. This what happens on the field with an O-line. That pullback read option, now it's go time. That underdog Big Blue, tell him we don't bend. Like Adrian told Rocky to just win. I know the haters for real, so they won't choose. We already won the season, so we can't lose. Somebody tell them we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got them flinching. Joe, show them the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we benching. When it comes to the swag, this here's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold sneezing. Somebody tell the Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. National Blue Day, Giant get every Friday. Tell Ice Cube we need another Friday. That's the love around here, we all G-men. Just had to make moves, get rid of Dave, get him in. That front D when it blitz, it'll stain ya. Call Chris, the entertainer. I say we back for long years, a bowl run. You know my name, J Boogie, this a blue one. Somebody tell him we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got him flinching. Joe, show him the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we benching. When it comes to the swag, this here's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold sneezing. Somebody tell the Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. Shout out to the office, shout out to the coaching staff, shout out to the players, shout out to the fan base, everybody rocking with this Big Blue. You
know what time it is. Next up is the division. After that, it's the conference. After that, it's the Super Bowl. If you don't like what we doing, blow the soup off your own Super Bowl.
That's very dope. That's very dope. Jay Boogie showing some love to our G men. Let's go. Let's go. Okay? Don't worry. It ain't over. I'm telling you, Philly, we're going to shock the world. It ain't over. It ain't over.
Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.